Yeah, hey guys. So today I kind of wanted to talk about, I guess, essentially some of the features and some of these key terms that we talked about and how to use them within Master Data Hub. So as you can see right now, I have nothing set up in my environment, and note how I'm in the Master Data Hub section of the Boomi platform. So first things first, the repository. As we mentioned, it is a virtual container for storing your models. So as it says here, contact employee, et cetera, et cetera. So first things first is what I'm going to do is let's just create a simple repository. So I'm going to put myself on the QA cloud. Repository name, I'll name it QA because as I discussed, you get two repositories. So I'm going to have one for QA and one for production. So I'll click OK there. Now I have my QA repository set up. So as it says here, you deploy your models to your repository. So what models do I want in my QA container? So let's set up a model. So for this example, I'm going to make this super simple, just for a simple proof of concept, and we can get more complex from there. I'm just going to use simple text fields. I'm not going to make anything repeatable. I'm not going to use field groups. So some of these terms may be unfamiliar to you, but we'll cover them throughout this. So my model name, I'm going to name it employee because this is a typical use case. So fields, I have no fields. That's fine. I'm going to add them manually, but just because you can import them if you wanted to, if you have the structure of a document set up. So for example, if you have an XML or JSON or any sort of structure for your fields, you can import that there, and MDM is smart enough to recognize it, recognize the type, repeatability, items such as that. So first things first, for an employee, you always need a social security number. So I'm going to put SSN. This is going to be, so these are the different options. I'm just going to make it a text field to make it easy for me. But there are, so if you want to put Boolean, enumeration, long text, date, time, items such as that, I'm just going to make it text to make it super simple. I'm going to say it's required because social security numbers should be included for every record. The minimum, so it should be 11. So basically what I did is I just have a simple social security number, and I kind of saw that it should be 11 characters. So anything other than 11 is an invalid social security number. So I will save that. So now I have my social security number set up. I'm going to add another field. So this one, I'm just going to call it first name. So it's text. I'm not going to set any requirements on it or field length. Great. And I'm going to add last name. Text, once again, no validation really needed here. Save. Great. So this is basically set up for a easy use case. So my employee will have a social, a first name, and a last name. We'll talk more about that ID field that's required once we actually implement the use case. And then from there, I'm not going to set up any data quality steps because it's not required for this. Match rules, we need a match rule. Match rules are required for setting up a model. So I'm going to match on social. So essentially what this is saying is that if there's a record with the same social security number, let's reject it. And we're going to put it into something called quarantine. So we'll go over all of this, but just for now, all you need to understand is that we have three fields that we created: social, first name, last name for our employee. And we're going to create a match rule on the social security number. So great, this is set up for now. I'm going to publish this. Great. So we have our version 1 of our model currently not deployed. So let's deploy it. We're going to deploy it to our QA repository. We only have one version. So basically, if you have more than one version, you can essentially version control which ones you want in your different repositories. So click OK there. Just give it a minute. It takes a second. Awesome. So as you can see here, we didn't attach a source yet because we didn't create one. There's no records, and this is our version. So now if you go into our QA repository, you can see our employee model. So that's kind of what I wanted to cover today. And then tomorrow we can talk more about setting up a source, as well as how to potentially pull from that source through an integration process. Okay, thank you guys.